It's been about 10 hours of straight manual labor, hauling dirt in here, digging up dirt and bringing it in here. You can see I've raised up the flooring a little bit. I've also tried to completely seal the edges of the interior of the yurt with dirt. I might make another pass here. But the center area here of the yurt kind of went down before. Matter of fact, you can see even here the water line on the pole. That's how deep the water was. So I'm trying to raise the floor at least that high to try to keep the water from coming up and flooding again. I know this might be a lost cause because this whole area here submerges when it rains and rains and rains and rains. But we're going to go ahead and try it anyways. This is my last effort to try to salvage this yurt. So we're going to raise the floor up. I've got about another, 40% left? 30%, 40% left to fill in. And then figure out what we're going to do about the flooring. I basically was working on the retention pond and the drainage area, and this is where I was taking the dirt from. I widened it a little bit and made it a bit deeper to try to allow the water to flow out faster. Whether or not it'll actually work, we're going to have to wait again until we get another big rainstorm. I do probably need to make this part a little bit lower because it's going to drain backwards towards the yurt to an extent. But you can see we have quite a mess. I got the carpets out here, trying to dry them up a little bit. I was going to try to clean them and stuff, but I don't have time and I don't have water. So we're going to try to hopefully just let them sit out here and hopefully they'll dry in another couple hours. But ready or not, they're going back in. As far as the plastic, I'm debating whether or not I want to put the plastic back down. I'm probably not going to try to seal it like I did before, but I may lay it down somewhat loosely on the floor just to keep the carpet from sitting directly on dirt. Water had gotten in and gotten trapped like underneath the carpeting, possibly underneath the plastic. So it was kind of floating around and stuff, and it was a mess. I hope that this fixes it, because if not, this is sad. We did have some visitors the other day, so people are going to start coming back here. The place is now on Google Maps, and people are finding it and coming to check it out, which is good. For those of you who figured out that I didn't build it just for me, but as a place for people to come. That's what it's for. It's just a cool spot to check out, hang out a little bit, maybe even camp overnight if you're brave. For me, it's a little refuge here while I'm awaiting the situation. I may have a job lined up. I got to go tomorrow for the interview or just to meet the people. It's for a handyman position at a mobile home park. Pay won't be very high, but and it's not even full-time. But if I can get working, then I'll be working. Now, it is out of this area, so I will most likely switch back to living in the van while I'm over there. I want to thank all of you for giving me the tip, the job tip, to check the labor job on Craigslist actually was fruitful. I know people kept saying labor ready and day labor or whatever. I tried looking those up on the internet, and I couldn't find any around here. And, you know, I knew of places where you could go and just in the morning, and then they would come pick up people to go do manual labor. But I didn't see any listings or anything like that, unless that's Craigslist, what everyone was talking about. But when I went to Craigslist per the suggestion of a user, a subscriber by the name of Red Chili, I think, suggested that I look up laborer on the Craigslist, gigs, labor, or something like that. And I found a listing there for a handyman, contacted the people, and I'll be going in tomorrow morning to talk to them and see if, they'll take me. But the job is basically just as a handyman and assistant painter and whatnot. So if I can get that job, it'll be some cash coming in on a semi-regular basis. Meanwhile, this channel, thanks to you viewers, is doing better. we have moved up quite a bit on the Social Blade, and the earnings actually aren't quite where they need to be to sustain full-time YouTube work, but it's actually a respectable amount. Now, when I start working the labor job, I won't be able to put up as much YouTube videos. So I expect the uploads to slow down. And obviously, for all of those who love the yurt, I won't be doing any more yurt videos unless I can get back this way. I may have to just leave it partially finished. It's mostly finished. I was going to finish it up this weekend, but then because of the flood, I'm trying to deal with repairs and raising the floor and digging trenches. It's all like a lot of work. So hopefully I can get this finished today, because this is the last day I have for working on everything. And you can see we got a mess. It is starting to get dark, getting very late in the afternoon. I have been going non-stop today, filling the floor with dirt, trying to raise it up. I think I raised it up about between 2.5 to 4 inches. See here the edge here where it's raised up. But I also sealed all the flooring completely, as far as I could tell, from the inside and the outside, to try to keep any water from dripping in, if possible, from the outside. And I've tried to grade the front area so that the water runs off really quickly. And I have tried to follow everybody's advice to dig a ditch around the entire perimeter of the yurt and to raise the dirt along the edge to try to seal it in. You can see the drainage ditch has been made much bigger, and the plan is to get the water away from the yurt as fast as possible. Now, sadly, I had been here and saw what it looked like the next morning, and the entire area, like even this area here, was flooded. So this is a flood area. I think that the precautions we took may help when the rainstorm's not too bad, but in a hurricane or an extended rain, I think we're going to get another flooding. To fix that, this yurt would have had to be raised about 1.5 feet to 2 feet up higher than it is right now, which isn't going to happen. So we do what we can. I've got to seal up everything and get the floor back in because the sun is setting. I know you can't see it on here, but the sun is setting. And I've got to wrap this up because this may be my last day to work on the yurt for a very long time. So